in your hymnals to the hymn number 487. And prayerfully, because there are times when we go into the hymnal, we like to raise the songs. We want you to do it prayerfully as we get ready to hear from God. I come to the garden road. Yes. While the dew is still on the road. And the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. Somebody said that he walks with me. He talks with me. He tells me I am his own. The joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the sun of God discloses, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks on the sound of his voice. It's so sweet that a bird hush their sing, and the melody that he gave to me within our heart is free, and he walks with me and remain standing. Acts chapter 3. Acts chapter 3 as we look at the Word of God. Acts chapter 3. We read from verse 1 to verse 10 today, but I will just stop at the verse in which I will be bearing my sermon today. Acts. And now Peter and John went up together into the temple at the hour of prayer, being the 9th hour. And a certain man lame from his mother's womb was carried, who they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask for alms of them that gaze upon him with John, said, Look at us. And they gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Then Peter said, Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have, give I thee. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up and walk. Amen. Our Father, I stand as a piece of clay in the potter's house before your congregation. I'm asking, Lord, that you will remake, refashion, and remold this piece of clay in your likeness, so that the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart will be acceptable in your sight. In Jesus' name, let God's people say, Amen. Amen. You may be seated. Thank you. I captioned these few verses with the topic, Give what you have got. Give what you have got. I would like to draw the attention of the church that you cannot give what you don't have. It is impossible to tell somebody about Jesus if you don't know Jesus. It is impossible to give love if you have never experienced love. It is impossible to forgive if you do not have the spirit of forgiveness. Oh, I wish I had some people here with me today. You see, we have to understand that the church of God is not a club. The church of God is not a social event. The church of God is not a gossip column. It is somewhere where men and women come to give God praise. That's right. You must be able to walk in here sick and walk out healed. Amen. You must be able to walk in here sad and leave happy. You must be able to walk in here discomforted and you walk out comfortable because you have come in contact with Jesus. That's right. Oh, I wish I had some witness in here with me today. Yeah. We have to understand that here we are in the presence of God. We don't come to church to look for something, but we come to church to praise God. Because the Bible says, in everything we must give thanks. That's right. Oh, help me somebody. You see, there are many of us who come to church to look for blessing. And if you don't find it, you don't come back. Yes. But you don't come to look for blessing because you feel it is here. But you come with an expectation that you are giving yourself to God. And God has already have your blessing prepared. He's just waiting on you to come and accept it. Yeah. That's right. So here we are. We're looking at two men, Peter and John. Best account in the Bible that we can think of that you're going to give what you have got. Here we are faced with two men. Peter, as you can remember, was the man who cut off the soldier's hair in the Garden of Gethsemane. Yeah. Peter was Christ's spokesman. He was the Speaker of the House of Parliament. Peter was one who had that he made. Peter and John, as you can recall, his mother walked up to Jesus and said, Lord, my 2 sons are walking with you. Oh, help me somebody. When you get into the kingdom, I want you to put one on the right and one on the left. But Jesus was able to say, my dear, you're asking me for something that I can't give. For the kingdom of God is for every man and woman who seeks to enter in. That's right. That's right. So you can look at these 2 men. The time has come that these 2 men no longer have Jesus with them. Hello, somebody. Jesus is now gone back into heaven. So these 2 men now have to exercise what they have learned from Jesus. Oh, help me somebody. They have to understand that when Jesus was here, he made dumb speak. When Jesus was here, he made dead raise from the grave. When Jesus was here, leprosy cleansed. So now that these men have walked with Jesus for 3.5 years, it's time to exercise what Jesus has given to them. Yes. So here they are, faced with a beggar. If you notice, the Bible stated that this beggar was a professional beggar. Read the text when you go home. You notice that this beggar, they would take him to the door of the church every day. It was his job. Oh, help me somebody. He was a crafted beggar. He knows how to beg. And if you're a good Bible scholar, you will know that at the gate in that temple, it has 12 gates. Hello, somebody. 11 gates were given to men. 1 gate was given to the women. And you would ask why? Because in those days, women were second-class citizens. But you know something, brothers and sisters, today? I am happy to know that I serve a God who doesn't look at me as second class, third class, fourth class, or fifth class, but I stand in his presence as a sinner need to be saved. So here we are. That it was a duty of these ladies, and maybe we have to glad for them, because sometimes we don't even know how to put ourselves right. We have to have them around us. Tell us, even if we're putting on our ties and it look match right with the shirt we're wearing. And so the ladies would dress this special gate. And that's what it was called the Gate Beautiful. So this beggar knows that ladies are easier to give than men. I know some ladies will love me here before I leave here today. They knew that ladies are easier, quicker, willing to give than men. So they brought this beggar at the Gate Beautiful, and they placed him there in order for him to receive alms from those who are coming in. So as they placed him there, as Peter and John walked up to the gate, this professional beggar looked